Hi, it's Laura from McNeely Garden Studios, and it's Tuesday at 10. I'm so glad that you're here. And I just want to remind you that I help midlife creative women process life through art. And on Tuesdays at 10, I give you some great ideas to spur your creativity. And today we have two interesting things to look at. One of them is I used some masking fluid to do my shenanigan artwork for today, St. Patrick's Day. And I'm going to show you how to pull it off. And I'm also going to tell you about somewhere I'm going, and we're going to unbox my new thing that we're going to take with us. So I'm going to turn you down to my table so you can see, so I can explain to you how to remove masking fluid. Now, masking fluid, you really need to lay down carefully. You can use a ruling pen or even a brush. Some of them come in like a pen form and you can use that, but I recommend you do it the day before. Let it set up overnight. Sometimes you don't have to let it wait quite that long, but that's how long I let it go. And then then you can paint on it. And when everything's all dry, you can remove your masking fluid. And the purpose of masking fluid is to protect the paper that's underneath it so that it remains the color that it is. So you can paint and then put the masking fluid on, or I tend to use it more to preserve the white of my watercolor paper. So I see some people are here. Let me swipe back and forth if you have comments. Good morning. So, all right. Just tell me good morning or tell me where you're from. It's Olivia. Hello. How are you doing? So I'm going to turn you down to my table and show you how to remove this masking fluid, okay? And I did this, actually did not do this last night, I did it the night before. So sometimes you have to be really careful when it's been there for longer than a day. You do not want to use a heat tool on it because it's like rubber cement. This one was particularly satisfying, and I didn't take it all off so you could see because it all came off in one piece. But you don't want to use a heat tool because you can see that it's rubbery. You know, it's a plastic. So you want to make sure that you have very clean hands, particularly when you're using watercolor. Because when you go on to get it on the edge there, you don't want to rub your paint into the area that you are trying to protect. So you can just take your finger and rub it and very carefully pull it off. And look at that crisp, clean, beautiful heart. It worked out perfect. Sometimes it will tear your paper, and if you see it, just peel it off carefully, take it off the rest of the way, and glue your paper back down. There is something called masking fluid eraser, and you can kind of grab the edge there very carefully. You know, your fingers don't have to be quite as clean that way. It lifts the edge, and I like to take, you know, just a pair of tweezers and pull it off. So it's a very satisfying thing. You can just use your fingers too, but I do like to pull it off like this. And so naturally, this design, I'm gonna come back in with all the little details, and I think I'm probably gonna use like stitch marks, almost like it's a quilt. But with my micron pens, these are two different color greens that I'm gonna use. And down here it says, "It's not easy being green," by the infamous Kermit the Frog. So I want you guys to have fun trying out your masking fluid and tell me what you think, or show me the artwork that you're creating by using it and using the techniques that I have, taught you here. Like I said, every Tuesday at 10, I come on and I try to show you something new. This one I think is going to be really satisfying. Let's see. See if we can get it all off in one piece. No, it's perfect. There we go. It came off all in one piece. That was awesome. All right, so I'm gonna bring you back up here so I can see your comments. Hey, Lori. Happy St. Patrick's Day. All right, so you guys do your St. Patrick's Day artwork and show it to me. But I want to tell you something really exciting. Next Tuesday, I will not be here in the studio. Next Tuesday, I will be in Florida at a conference. And it's not just about art. It's about the business of art. You guys think that I just sit around and make art, right? Dream up ideas to show you. But in reality, like any business, you have to do all the computer stuff, all the finance stuff, all the creative stuff. I mean, there's just a lot. But I decided that on this trip, it's mostly going to be business. That does not mean we're not going to have fun. And definitely, when I leave my regular bubble, and you're probably like this too. Hey, Rhea. When I leave my regular bubble, all of a sudden, my eyes are opened. And I get so inspired, I can't hardly stand it. I come home with hundreds of photos and lots of ideas, and I never have time to get them all done. But I decided that I was going to take something that I've never done before, and I'm gonna unbox this for you. So we have this little, and I thought it was perfect color for today, right? So I'm gonna take this out, and we have some plans for some bigger trips coming up. So I have all ideas that this will work beautifully. We're gonna find out. So this is just a little, look how tiny this bag is, and everything fits in here. So see, it's got a little strap. It's got a little thing on here if you wanted to like hook it to your book bag or something. You cannot believe what all is in here. Okay, we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna turn you back down to the table so you can see everything. Hey, Kathy. So, Kathy, we're talking about, we're going on a business trip next week, so you'll be seeing lives from, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces, I think. So, I'm gonna come down here, and we're gonna be telling you what all we're learning while we're down there. So, in this tiny little bag is a watercolor journal. This tiny little thing. I mean, but look, I could do a whole landscape all the way across here, or I could do several little things. This is, let me see, I'm just gonna pull them out one by one. It's not gonna be any kind of logical. So obviously it is a watercolor, a travel watercolor set, and it is tiny. This, if I can get it open, some of us that are a little bit older remember our grandparents had these little medicine cups that open up like that. That is so cool for my water. I don't know. I guess I could mix some color in there if I need to. Here is watercolor brush. And you know, these screw on backwards. I don't know if you realize that or not, but you put the water in here and this screws on backwards so that when you screw this off properly, it doesn't spill your water everywhere. I thought that was kind of genius, really. Okay, so there's my brush. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, my little spray bottle. Look at that for my colors. And, oh, this is to, oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll have to show you that next. All right, so this, watch this. You guys ready? Look. It's a tiny little set. And so this is to swatch it. So you take each one, it says white, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, Indian yellow, and you go and you put the examples of what's there. So I would spray my water on there, use my brush, make that. That is awesome. This is to, unless it's a magnet, nope. So this has a sticky thing on it so that I can hold it. So it'll be like that. I'm not gonna do that just yet, but so that I can hold it and paint it on there. And this is a little clip to, you can do a myriad of things, but a lot of times I like to, you know, clip my pages down. Because you guys know I usually tape it down to a cutting board or something, but I won't have that. But isn't that cool? It all fits in this tiny little thing. I'm gonna close that down. I'm so excited. It all fits in this small little thing. How about that? Let's see. Wow, I know, I agree, Kathy. That's neat. So we will be in Florida and we're going to be learning all things business. And a lot of what we're going to be learning is how to conduct our business in such a way that we can inspire you, help you, and protect you. That's really important to me, that we take care of those we serve. And I'm really excited. It's in Florida. It's going to be on the West Coast. So I'm sure I will see the ocean. I'm sure you will see a watercolor landscape of the ocean. So be in tune for that. I'm not going to stick to just Tuesday. I have no idea what the schedule is going to be. So I'm just going to kind of pop on whenever and however I get inspired. I'm also going to go to a plant festival and a spring. So there's lots in store. All right. Thank you so much for coming and seeing me every Tuesday at 10. And let me see your St. Patrick's Day art. And have a wonderful day. Tell me what you're doing tonight. Bye.